GR Silver Mining is an emerging silver gold company in the Rosario Mining District in Mexico. This is the standard cautionary statement. I'll be making some forward-looking statements in this presentation. GR Silver Mining. We are the first company ever to control the key silver gold assets in the Rosario Mining District. Key founders and investors in this company have been very diligently working on business since 3 years ago to acquire at low cost the key concessions. The first one was the San Marcial, where we completed a resource estimation, 39 million ounces, potentially open pit, indicated inferred, 43-101 compliant. Did more exploration, and last year in March, we completed the acquisition of the Plomosas Silver project from First Majestic, which Plomosas was a past producer, lead and zinc small mine. And recently, a couple of weeks ago, we acquired the subsidiary of Mako Mining, and today we are going to control also the Trinidad open pit heap leach gold mine that's a past producer. So we have 2 past producers. We control 3 mineralized trends, number 1, 2, and 3 on this slide. We control 75 kilometers of mineralized trends, 24 silver gold quartz veins epithermal with hard evidence in the field that the veins are there. Those are the red crosses. And we have done a lot of work in the last year to identify probably 24 geochemical anomalies that can really bring more exploration and drilling targets to this company. What are the major catalysts of this company? You can see on this slide, the magnitude of the portfolio. We are initially drilling 10,000 meters at Plomosas because we are in the middle of a resource estimation exercise. Plomosas Silver Project has never had a 43-101. We have 2 areas inside Plomosas that we are going to complete a resource and add to the existing 39 million ounces that we have at San Marcial. And the time for the resource estimation is probably by the end of this quarter, very close, March 2021. And together with the Trinidad, we control all these assets and we have a plan to integrate everything together. Why the Rosario district? Multi-million ounce district, have some players like Fresnillo, the largest silver player in Mexico, great infrastructure, history of mining is not a remote area. So we are set up now for the growth of the company. Let's talk a bit more detail about the Plomosas, San Marcial, and acquisition. The company is more active now marketing because before we are looking very eager to acquire the concessions between San Marcial and Plomosas to control the whole trend. So we control all the trend of Plomosas, San Marcial, the trend number 1. The San Juan and Plomosas mine areas are exactly where we are doing the resource estimation. We received the project more than 500 drill holes. We have never released. We are close to complete 300 releases. We are now drilling, as I said, 5 drill rigs, 10,000 meters, everything together to be part of a resource estimation and connect with the San Marcial that's only 5 kilometers south of the Plomosas. Plomosas still have all the infrastructure for a mine, power lines, camps, all the key equipments. The only thing that's not there in Plomosas is a crusher, mill, and a processing plant. So we are very excited about the magnitude of the district, and today we have close to 20 geologists working in that part of the district for us. Let's talk more about the Plomosas mine area. This was a small 600 tons per day lead and zinc mine. You can see here underground access, shut down in 2000 because Grupo Mexico was mining just for lead and zinc. Today, you believe that's a large system. From the original 400 meters that we encountered 12 months ago, today you know that the structure in red here runs probably 1.2 kilometers. And the drilling that we are doing is going to go 600. We will drill more this year. Other than the red fault, that's more the typical lead and zinc with high-grade silver and gold, and I'm going to show some intersections. We have discovered that the blue lines, more high-angle faults, also are carrying mineralization, typical epithermal. And more recently, with the work underground, because we have an underground mine with 8 kilometers of underground development in great conditions, we did some work and discovered that there's an intrusive rock that you can see in red on this picture that is mineralizing the host rocks. and creating high-grade, wide, gold and copper zones as well. And why we are so excited, recently we completed some studies with geophysics to reprocess all the data, IP and MEG, which can be used to define sulfide beach zones. Outside of these purple areas that you see those circles there, you have on the left, you have the IP, on the right, you have the MEG. We have probably 6, 7 new areas never ever drilled, which we are going to drill in 2021 as part of our upcoming work outside of the resource that we are doing inside the Plomosas mine area. This slide number 8, I want to show you something that's very new as well. We are the first company to integrate all this data and put in 3D. So today we understand that the upper portion of the mine can be a narrow vein, but super high grade, and still some material left. We have kilos of silver in some intersections. And this material is still sitting there because the previous operator, Grupo Mexico, only mined based on a cutoff for lead and zinc. They didn't really explore and exploit silver because in 2000, silver and gold prices were completely different than today. At the bottom of the mine, we have encountered this type of mineralization. You can see here on the drill hole PLI 2004, which represents a more complex structural setting, but opportunities for art to look for this type of mineralization, because we encounter 83 meters at close to 2.5 grams per ton. And the development is already there. We don't need to excavate tunnels, so we can continue to drill to expand this. So the next area that we are doing resource estimation is still inside the Plomosas Silver Project, is the San Juan. 12 months ago, we encountered just one vein, San Juan, 400 meters long. You can see on the center of the photo here, San Juan tunnel access. Now we have probably 2 kilometers of strike length, 6 veins, and most of them mineralized. This area is predominantly silver. You can see by the intersections and the grades that were presented on this slide. Other than this, we have the San Marcial, I would like to emphasize as well in this presentation. It was the first concession that we acquired in 2018 when we took the company public. This property has been in the hands of many junior companies. We were the first one to do an underground development, access the ore underground, and define a modern 43-101 for what can be a potential open pit. Why? Because the mineralization is very wide in a sense of geometry, 15, 12, 24, or even 56 meters on surface. These grades, as you can see on the left of the slide, are very attractive for open pit. If you want to convert this using a gold-silver ratio, let's say 70, we are talking about 5, 6, or 3 grams per ton of gold equivalent. Open pit, low strip ratio, potentially. And we are continuing the underground development because we want to prepare some additional drill stations on the ground to drill deeper down plunge. And also, in the next slide, you can see that the underground development is in the center of the ore body of the mineralization. That's a 43-101 compliant at 39 million ounces. The whole mineralized trend has probably 6 kilometers of strike length. A very systematic geochemical sampling has defined 14 anomalous zones with lead and zinc, those blue stars, never drilled. And we are going to drill those this year, because as we continue to sample outside of the resource area, we are encountering channel samples on surface, narrow but with more than a kilo of silver, showing that that's another very attractive project together with the Plomosas. We can really combine and create an integrated approach in the whole district for the first time ever. A snapshot of the capital structure here. You can see on this slide, 129 million shares. Market cap is a little bit below 100 million today. Cash position, 5 million Canadian. The warrants are being exercised as we speak. We still have close to 5.6 million Canadian to be exercised, which can bring additional capital for the company. We can fully fund what we want to do in the district for the next couple of months and probably the year. Shareholder distribution here, you can see the ownership percentage. First Majestic became the largest shareholder through the transaction when we acquired Plomosas. But we also have big funds like Mackenzie, Sprott, and European-based funds. And you have a mine builder consultant company as a shareholder as well. And important to say here, key management here has a lot of skin in the game, direct investment, cash in this company since the beginning. Some of the examples of the experience and the skills of the management you can see here, but management here has been directly involved in successful stories in Mexico, such as Silvercrest Mines and the spin-off of Silvercrest Metals, worked for big institutions, big companies. All the key executives of this company at the top are fluent in Spanish. We run the business in Spanish. We've been doing business in Mexico for many years. And the board is well known in the industry in a way that we have the former chairman of Meg Silver and well-known mining analysts and mining lawyers in Mexico. On slide 14, I just want to give a bit of really an idea about why we believe the company is still undervalued. Considering just the resource that we have, 43-101, which can be potentially open pit, indicated inferred, 39 million ounces. We have done a study of the last 3 years of the enterprise value per ounce in situ. The indicated inferred is likely trading at $2.55 per ounce, but they indicated only that we have 30 million ounces, and we believe we can increase this with the estimation of the next 2 areas. It's trading at $4.28. If a simple multiplication of the 30 million ounces times 4.28 can give you the potential value of this company just with the resource that we have today. And I remind you, we are doing 2 areas of resource estimation as we speak. So this is GR Silver. Please get in touch with us. You have all the information here on this slide. And this is a picture of the Runen pillar at the bottom of the mine, Plomosas. You can see the scale here in the center of the geologist is at 25, 30 meters high. And we're able to clean and excavate more. And that's where we discovered the 83 meters by drilling from the upper levels at 2 grams per ton of gold. Thank you very much. That's GR Silver.